The Aqua Tangerine.
Have you guys ever walked into a room and seen something so beautiful that you're like, whoa, what is that? Is that Terry Crews in the White Chicks movie? Or is that Joe DiMaggio in Sandlot 2? I don't know. That's how I felt with Punch-Out. Now I know it seems like Punch-Out is just another sports game, but it's not, and I'm here to prove it. The game features a slew of characters, as even some famous cameos, like in the original Punch-Out, Mario was your referee. There were certain Nintendo characters in the background, and Mike Tyson himself was the final boss. And in the Wii Punch-Out, Donkey Kong shows up as the final boss also. It's pretty cool, if you ask me. Of course. But again, I'm making a video on why I like Punch-Out, so, I mean, you can't really trust me. Anyways, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this, but I think Punch-Out is one of Nintendo's best franchises and should be revisited for the Wii U. Or 3DS. Whatever you see, I don't care. But, yeah, I mean, of course, I'm not putting it above Zelda or Mario or Pokemon. Of course, no, I'm not. Because those are Nintendo's best. Those are the best timeless classics. These games, however, I would put on par with, like, Animal Crossing, Wii Fit, Wii Sports, Mario Sports games, Wario games, things like that. Things like that I would put them on par with, of course. Because they are really that good. The Punch-Out games, you have to take my word for them, are that good. And what makes this game so special is the opponents in the game and your trainer, Doc. Doc says some pretty silly shit, like...
What's your favorite flower, son? Mine's chocolate.
Doc, don't you think that's a little appropriate for kids? I mean, it's an E10 Plus game. It's going a little too far. Yes, guys, this is an E10 Plus game. Wrap your mind around that. Take your mind and give it a little blanket and put it around it. Because the game is E10 Plus, and that's why I'm making it a point about Doc and your opponents. And guess what? The opponents are all based on of racial profiles. All racial stereotypes are in the opponents. Now, I'm not going to talk about all the opponents as I would get lost. I mean, really, there are that many opponents. There's a ton. And yet again, too many to mention. So I've set aside 3 of my favorites, not including the one from the NES arcade game called Pizza Pasta. Yes, just giving you a look. His name is Pizza Pasta. That's a guy in the arcade games. Seriously, that's how racist it gets. This guy's name is fucking Pizza Pasta. That's fucking gold. I cannot make this shit up. Seriously? Yes. So, let's talk about my 3 favorites. Glass Joe is the weakest enemy in the game and your first opponent in the NES and Wii versions. And he is French. Very French. So French that he spews baguettes and croissants when you knock him out. Oh yes, Glass Joe is hilarious. His weak and frail frame also fit the French stereotypes of them being wimps. In case you guys don't notice, the 3 enemies I chose, those are my favorite racial stereotypes. So if you guys have a racist joke about the 3 people, comment. Piston Honda is the most Japanese motherfucker you will ever see in your entire life. He is so racist, in fact, that they changed his name due to its close resemblance to the car company by the same name. His name was changed to Piston Hondo. So, you know, it wasn't changed very drastically. They just wanted to avoid legal issues. He also has a headband. Well, I should say he wears a headband with the rising sun on it. And when you land combos, sushi rolls. Yes, sushi rolls spin around his head. Piston Honda, by the way, guys, my favorite by far. Turban Jewel and all, Great Tiger is by far the most racist opponent in any of the Punch-Out games. He's very Middle Eastern. He's got the accent, he's got the turban, he's got the jewel, the magic carpet, the genie powers. Very, very stereotypical. Sure, genies don't exist, but all the time when you see a genie, they're from the Middle East. They're not from anywhere else, they're just from the Middle East with those crazy lamps. Even his fucking coach in the NES version was a skinned tiger pelt. Yes, seriously, it was like a dead tiger that was skinned as a pelt, and that is his coach. Seriously, guys, I cannot. I mentioned it earlier, I cannot make this shit up. I always like to refer to him as the badass boxing genie, because he's a genie and he boxes, and he's Indian. Yes. Thank you guys for watching my support video. It's basically a series that I'm going to be doing much more often, where I'm going to defend games and give them life. Games that either get too much backlash or don't get enough attention. I'm going to give them some life, you know, get it out and known to the public. Also, hit like, subscribe, that's the usual. And odd request, check out Dexterity and Rexon on YouTube. I know it's out of nowhere, but Dexterity is a cool group of guys who play video games, and they do like playthroughs of things, and they only have one life. And once they die, it is up to the viewer, who then comments revive, or you can just end it there. And then, well, it only takes one person. So you can, like, one person can say revive, and it'll go on for another episode or two, or whenever they die. And then Rexon, what the fuck is up with you, man? He's got cool videos, but he has not been uploading, and I don't know why, and I miss it. I miss it so much. But I'm sure he'll get back to it. Rexon's cool. He's got some good playthroughs on there, Pokemon and stuff. So you guys check out those channels. Enjoy your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful time as usual.